Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is PD Proudlock, and it is the preview for the game tomorrow night in the third round of the Carabao Cup between Morecambe against Newcastle United, which will be a 7:45 kickoff at the Globe Arena. So we came off the back of that embarrassment, humiliating shit show 3-0 defeat against Brighton at home on Sunday. My word, that was dreadful. And Morecambe came off the back of a 5-0 home defeat to Cambridge United. So, how do we go in this game tomorrow night? Well, we need a massive improvement for starters. If we turn up into that game against Morecambe and play like we did against Brighton, we will become unstuck. And people say, but it's Morecambe we're playing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you play against. If you put a performance like that against Brighton, against any other team, you will only just face the consequences for sure. We only managed just to scrape through against Blackburn, and that wasn't a great defeat, but somehow we managed to scrape through. But Morecambe, if they know that if we came off the back of that defeat and we put a performance like that, Morecambe will start to rub their hands together and thinking, you know what, we possibly got a chance of knocking Newcastle out in the third round of the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, as I said, massive improvement performance needed tomorrow night if we are going to progress to the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. So, in terms of injury news, it looks like both St Maximin and Jamal Lewis will not make the game tomorrow night. So it looks like it said St Maximin could make the game against Spurs, but to be honest, I think you should look into be giving him maybe a 2-week break because so far out of every game he's played, he seems to be picking up an injury and he's just struggling for out of the game for definite, unless you could put him on the bench against Spurs. But in terms of starting him, you're thinking maybe a couple of weeks from for sure. Because my God, I feel like he's just going to pick up injury and injury after injury after injury. Jamal Lewis, no, he had that massive nasty kick to the face by Basuma. But he said it's not as bad as what we first feared. But he is having a bit of eye trouble from what I've heard as well. So you're thinking, could he be back for Spurs game? We'll just wait and see. But tomorrow game, he will miss out along with Alan St Maximin. I've heard both Fabian Schär and Paul Dummett are back in training, but we're not too sure if they're going to be risked tomorrow night. I've heard Matty Longstaff's still a few weeks away, unfortunately, at this moment of time. So, yeah, but I've heard Bruce will. Looks like he make the changes again tomorrow. So, yeah. So I will get into the predicted lineup in a moment, but as I've said, yes, we need an improvement for sure, because yeah, Morecambe will end up be up for this, and they'll be thinking to themselves, we have got a chance here. So just pray to God Steve Bruce just gets the team motivated for tomorrow and we progress into the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. So we'll get to the predicted lineup for what I think Bruce will possibly go with tomorrow night. It looks like he will ring in changes, but I actually wouldn't be surprised if he recalled some of them same players that played against Brighton and thinking, hold on, doesn't care if played against Brighton. I know I like to rotate a team a bit against lower league teams, but you could probably thinking, no, I'm throwing you in. Chance to prove yourself. That performance on Sunday was absolutely diabolical, for definite. But yeah, but also Bruce has definitely got to make sure he gets the motivation right. So yeah, now into the predicted lineup for what I think you'll go with tomorrow night. Starting off in goal, Mark Gillespie. I think he will start this game tomorrow night. Carl Dollar will not come in. And Mark Gillespie had a great game against Blackburn. Hopefully he has another great game tomorrow. If Brighton are going to... if Morecambe are going to throw a lot of chances at we're for definite. I'm going to go into the back four. Into the right back spot, I'm going to go with Emil Kraft for this game. It was Yedlin that played against Blackburn, but it looks like Yedlin is on his way to Besiktas by the looks of it. So it looks like he is on his way out of the club. But I'm going to put in Emil Kraft for this game in his natural right back position. Into the left back spot, I'm going to go with Matt Ritchie. Going to put him in that position because, again, Jamal Lewis looks like he'll not be involved, and I think Paul Demet will probably not be risked. And I don't want Javier Manquillo playing in that position. I do worry when he's not in his natural position, for definite. And Ritchie can't play in that left back spot, so I'm going to go with Matt Ritchie in the left back spot. Into the two centre backs, and I'm actually going to stick with the captain Jamal Lascelles for this game, and he needs to improve from that dismal performance against Brighton. Why was he backing away from players? Why was he not tight? That was not a captain's performance on Sunday. I'm actually going to stick with him in there for this game because yet again, the only other centre back we've got is either Fernandez and Clark. So I feel like one of those will be dropped, but I think Lascelles might keep his place for tomorrow. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Kieran Clark for this game. He had a really good game against Blackburn as well, and hopefully he can do the same against Morecambe tomorrow night, how he did against Blackburn. So that is my back four. Into the two centre midfielders, first of all, I'm going to go with Sean Longstaff, and he needs to improve because I thought his performance against Blackburn was poor. Didn't come off the bench against Brighton, but a lot of people want his back against Blackburn, so we need a much improved performance from Sean Longstaff. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Dan Barlaser for this game. He had a pretty alright game against Blackburn as well. Hopefully can continue from where he slightly left off against Blackburn. Onto the two wings. So first of all, on the right hand side, I'm actually going to go with Jacob Murphy for this game. Did come off the bench against Blackburn, and if only Joe Linton played that through ball to him, there might have been a chance Jacob Murphy could have got to the end and scored that against Blackburn to kill the game off. But I'm going to play Jacob Murphy in this game on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I'm going to go with Ryan Fraser for this game. He did come off the bench because of Alan Maxim picking up an injury. He was struggling, but again, he does need a bit of more minutes to try and get his fitness levels up. So I'm actually going to put in Ryan Fraser for this game. Into the number 10 role, and I'm going to go with Miguel Almiron for this game. Again, he did come off straight off the bench against Brighton, and straight away into the second half when Gandhi Carroll was took off, and I think it looks like Miguel Almiron now needs to start games for definite. Because I thought Carroll was a pedestrian in that game against Brighton on Sunday for definite. And up front, as the striker, I'm actually going to go with Joe Linton for this game. He needs to improve massively, because if he doesn't, again, people are going to get right onto his back, and it's really just going to infuriate Steve Bruce as well. We need a massive improvement for Joe Linton. It is against the League 2 side. Hopefully he will, but he needs to step up his game for definite. So that is my predicted lineup for the game tomorrow, for what I've gone with against Morecambe. In terms of a score prediction, we need an improved performance against Morecambe. And I'm going to hopefully think Newcastle will do that. And I'm going to predict Newcastle to win 2-0 tomorrow against Morecambe. So let me know in the comments section, as always, how we're going this game, your predicted lineup, and your score prediction will be as well, of course. So that is it for the preview for the game tomorrow night. So thank you for watching. Of course, don't forget to give this video a like, a comment. And of course, if you haven't checked me out before, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button. And until the next video, shall catch us all later. Take care of yourselves. Can we have an improved performance tomorrow night and hopefully progress to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup?